Do you think that he passed those tests just by chance? Just by coincidence? No. But what are we dealing with today? We have to deal with disease, suffering, killings, destruction. The list goes on. Just one time. Hey everyone, it's Emily here, back for another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about the little things. But before we get into the video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also click on the bell so that you never miss an upload. Alright, let's get into this. A big reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel as if we underrate little things. We think they're insignificant because they're small, and we often disregard them, saying it's not that big of a deal, whatever, it's fine, just because an issue may be small. But when things get big and we have big problems that we're dealing with, then we take it more seriously. It's a big deal now. I think we need to reconsider that, because a lot of these big issues that we tend to look at and focus on actually stem from small issues. If you look at Christ's life when he was on this earth, he emphasized little things. A lot of the things that he preached about, that he taught, the parables, were primarily about little things. Through the simple things in nature, Christ was able to illustrate these big truths that people could learn and put into their lives. The woman in the Bible who had a condition of blood, how did she get healed? It was but touching the hem of Christ's garment. But that example is a deep truth. All she did was touch a little piece of Christ's clothing. And guess what? She was healed. That is such a powerful story because it shows the power of faith. Another example is in Luke 8, when Jesus healed Jairus' little daughter. When he rose her from the dead, he commanded in verse 55 that they give her something to eat. He always made sure to notice these small little things. Another example is when Jesus rose from the dead. We see here in John 20, starting in verse 6, then Simon Peter came, following him, and went into the tomb. And he saw the linen cloths lying there, and the handkerchief that had been around his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but folded together in a place by itself. Even when Jesus rose from the dead, he folded his grave clothes. They were folded there in the tomb. Jesus valued things that are small. It would be excusable for him to just rip those things off and just throw it there and keep walking. But no. Instead, he decided to take the time and fold them up. He valued things that were simple and small. So another individual in the Bible that had this attribute was Daniel. Daniel had a lot of big tests that he had to experience in his life. Do you think that he passed those tests just by chance? Just by coincidence? No, that was not a coincidence. You know why he was able to do that? It was by the little habits formed early on in his life. The habits of prayer, of Bible study, of searching the scriptures to know God and to have his character implemented into his life. That's why he was able to be so faithful and have such a big impact in Babylon. And guess what? He was given great responsibilities. The Lord blessed him with knowledge and wisdom. Daniel honored God in the small duties that were placed upon him, and that prepared the way for everything that he experienced in his life. When I'm choosing the friends that I want to be around, I pay attention to the small actions that they do in life. There's this girl that stole something from somebody, and it wasn't like a big deal to an average person, but like it was with no shame because the individual wasn't there, but I was there, and she continued to enjoy whatever she stole. And that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. If someone is comfortable with doing that, I believe that that is a reflection of character, and that shows me I need to keep moving along, because it's like a little example of other things that maybe bigger that they're doing in their life. Another example, back to the beginning of humankind with Adam and Eve. All she did was take a bite of a fruit. That's not a big deal, right? It's just a bite of a fruit, like who cares? But what are we dealing with today? If you look around in our world, look at all the consequences that we have to deal with as a result of sin. Don't say that it's not a big deal. All it took was one bite of the fruit, one act of disobedience. And now we have to deal with disease, suffering, killings, destruction. The list goes on. All it took was following the deceptions and delusions of Satan just one time. To end, I want to read a verse that's found in Luke 16 verse 10, saying, "He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. And he who is unjust in what is least is unjust also in much." You can either choose this side or this side. Be faithful in small things, boom. Faithful in big things. Is that a surprise? Choose to be unfaithful in something small and insignificant, boom, you're gonna be unfaithful in big things, big responsibilities. Guys, please don't deceive yourselves and lie to yourselves thinking that things don't matter. Every single thing you do matters. You have that choice to decide whether you are going to stand firm, take serious a big issue, in the same seriousness take it to small things as well. For example, let's say on a test. If you think, cheating, it's just a test, whatever, it doesn't matter, this class is insignificant anyways. You could go that route, and don't be surprised if that ends up escalating and you cheat your way in your job and you steal money or something. And you're like, whatever, it's not that much. It's not that much. It doesn't matter. Don't be surprised if that continues to escalate. But if you decide, you know what, I'm not going to, I'm just going to be honest, even if I get a bad grade, I'm just going to be honest. By doing that act, recognize that that is a big deal. That will prepare you the way for standing firm and not being deceptive in the bigger things that come in your life. With that concludes today's video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe down below, comment, and follow my Instagram. It will be linked in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in next week's video. Bye.